You are listening to episode number 2, Overcoming Eating Disorders with Bérénice Mertens. Today, I have the pleasure to have with me Bérénice Mertens. B was working as a software test engineer in Sweden until she decided to leave it all and follow her passion that guided her all the way to India. She became a certified yoga and meditation teacher, but not only that, she has gone as far as learning about Ayurveda and is now a certified practitioner. B, welcome. It is a pleasure to have you with me today.
Hi, Céline. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here today with you. That's a pleasure.
Before we start, I want to ask you, what is your favorite song at the moment?
It's a song from the band called The Districts, and the title is Fourth and the Roebling. It's a little story. It's not a new song. It's just like a song that really kicked in my life that made me feel like, okay, this miserable life that I'm building is over. I can have much better, and I'm gonna strive for that. So that's really the song when I feel like a bit down or low. I just listen to it and I remember that promise I made to myself.
I love it. I love it. I will definitely put the link below for everyone
Yes,
to listen to it.
you should.
Can you please take us back and share with us your journey? Can you tell us how you went from a career in IT to a career in spiritual practice?
So I am French and I moved to Sweden for studies, and I kind of like randomly ended up working in the software industry, which is not my background at all. But it was good. It was the start of my career after university. And I was curious about it. So I started to learn and grow. And then, like you get successful because you start to get all the things that society tells us make you happy, like having good accommodation, a close circle of friends, saving money, traveling a bit, and just like, going to the office 9 to 6 and then coming back and having your paycheck in the end of the day. And I had it all, like in Sweden, it's a very comfortable country, and I had everything to be happy, or I thought so. But I always felt this kind of emptiness, as if I was just surviving, not really living my life fully, as if I was pretending to follow the life guidelines, but not really being myself. So, like, behind the big smile and the beautiful situation I had, I really felt miserable.
Mm-hmm.
I have a history of eating disorders, so sometimes I will, like restrict myself or overeat or do my things with food so that I could just fill in the emptiness. It's a mechanism that anyone use. Some people do it with drug, others with alcohol. I did it with food. And the more I went in my life, the more I thought something had to change. So I started to do yoga and meditation. I was running a lot, so I stopped running to improve my yoga. And I faced so much resistance because, of course, when you change your habits or you do something that is healthy for you, your ego, as we call it in yoga, like the negative side of yourself, tries to take you back to old destructive habits. So yeah, I was really challenging myself, and I started to really find comfort and security and loving kindness in meditation, especially. And then one day, like I was waiting for a sign. Unfortunately, my company, which was a startup, just, went bankrupt. I lost my job. And that was for me the sign that I had to leave Sweden. I had to leave this old lifestyle and just to follow my passion for yoga. Thus, I went to Rishikesh, India, which is the capital of yoga for those who know about yoga. And I was meant to stay 2 months to get certified, certified, as a yoga teacher. And instead, I stayed 5 months and I got certified for meditation teacher, yoga teacher, and also Ayurvedic practitioner. So that's how it happened. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for opening up about your story. It's very powerful. Now, what would you say? We have talked about, you said about your past and eating disorder. What would you say is the biggest challenge for people that are nowadays diagnosed with eating disorder?
I would say there are a couple of challenges, but the biggest one is loneliness, because you feel very lonely in the disease. You don't feel understood also, because most of the people don't really understand you. For example, if you're into bulimia and you cannot stop eating, people will just tell you, "Ah, just go on a diet, it's okay." But you cannot just go on a diet. It's mental, it's not about the food. And same, where when you're into anorexia, which means that you either restrict yourself, don't eat, or purge yourself after eating, people just tell you, "Oh, you're so skinny, you should eat more." But yeah, it's really a matter of being lonely, because you feel like you're the only one in this situation and you're crazy. So that's the biggest challenge, I think.
Mm-hmm. There are probably a lot of people that are relating to what you're saying, to those struggles right now. And I think a lot of people can benefit from your experience. Can you tell us how and where did you get all the knowledge that you have now?
Well, I would say, without being too boasty or showing off, I would say from my own experience, because I went through 10 years of eating disorders. So I did it all. I had the full package, as I like to joke about, because I don't want to take it as a drama. So I first went into dieting, and then it led to anorexia, and then it led to bulimia, and then another phase of anorexia. It's like up and down. I also went through over-exercising, restricting, calorie counting, binging, purging. So that's my experience, and I went over it. So I think that you cannot learn anything better than from yourself and what you have been through. And also, I got a lot of knowledge thanks to India, of course. My trainings in yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda were so rich, for knowledge, for experience. And I just followed my passion, so I learned more about it, and I'm very curious about that, because that's what I love. I've also learned a lot from reading, of course, from teaching, because I think that's the wonderful thing with being a teacher. You learn so much with your students, and also my clients when I work one-on-one. So that's where I take my experience from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you obviously have a big, big experience. Now, for someone that has eating disorders, what advice would you give them to start a healing process? What are your top 5 advices that you gave to the people that you have worked with?
Well, number one, I would say it's to talk to someone who's close to you, or even phone calling, because I know they have like eating disorder line. So just call and just tell them, like, stop being in denial, stop being in your little head with your food problem. Just talk. When you start to put words and admit that something is wrong, it's when you start healing, I think. Number 2 would be to find a community and support. That's really important, because you can talk to your family and your friends, but not everybody is able to help you and to support you, because they don't know what's going on. For them, it sounds so easy to have a meal. For you, it's like a battle every day. So just find support. It's funny how, you say sometimes you attract the people you attract the people who are like you. And it's so true, because when I started to recover, to talk, to admit, because I was in such denial, I was like, no, I'm not sick, I'm just healthy, which is very tricky in our society, because when you're slim and you're sporty, you go running and you eat like healthy, then you're perfect. But I was not perfect, I was sick. So yeah, just talk to people and find a community. I found a community in the OA program. So not everybody's familiar with that. OA stands for Overeating Anonymous. It's like a 12-step program, similar to AA, Alcoholic Anonymous. And it's a community where you go and you kind of go to meetings and you're part of the group if you want to. And then you start to recover together and you just find people like you. So that's so reassuring, just to feel that you're not the only one. And in this OA community, there's also a process of mentoring, like being a partner with someone to help to recover. So that was very helpful for me. Number 3, it's to ditch sugar and processed food. Because when I started to eat natural plant-based diets, that was really helpful for me. I realized that my bulimia and a lot of, like sugar rush and crash were due to the bad quality of my food. So, and I had so many migraines, I felt very bad in my body. I had, like so many problems with the blood circulation. Sometimes I was bloated and I was swollen in my legs and, all of this. So when I really started to ditch sugar for 1 month, after that month, that was just amazing how my body felt. And and I stopped processed food as well. So my eating now is really simple and natural, but I'm happy with that. And so is my body. So really sugar is toxic and processed food, try to avoid it as much as you can. Number 4 is to meditate. So here it's the meditation teacher talking. Meditation really changed my life one day at a time, and it's really tricky because it's you really have to be disciplined and determined to really sit every single day to meditate. Meditation is not relaxation, and you don't meditate to become enlightened neither, because there are so many misconceptions about meditation. I would say that meditation just changed the way I think. I'm not reacting anymore, it's a matter of like leaving a situation, having this tiny little nanosecond to think and then make a decision. Meditation is also known for reducing anxiety, worry, fear, stress, which people suffering from eating disorders are facing a lot. We feel anxious, we have all those fears. Meditation also improves concentration, clarity, focus. It improves your immune system, your energy level, and it helps in case of depression, mood disorders. So I would say, just start to meditate. There are many good mobile applications for meditation that can help you to start. And also you can maybe join a group. You can just 2 minutes a day. If you can just like commit to do it 2 minutes a day, that's wonderful. And then last advice is to be very patient, because recovery doesn't happen overnight. And most of the time when you suffer from eating disorders, you are waiting for a miracle, and you're like, it's a very black or white mentality. So it's like, okay, today I binged, I ate like all the shitty food that was in my cupboard, but from now on I stop, and tomorrow I diet, I restrict, I eat just like clean eating. That doesn't work like this. So I would say to be very patient with yourself, and to also have a lot of acceptance and self-love. Start to love yourself where you are right now. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how much you weigh or what you just ate. What matters is just to accept yourself the way you are, and to start loving yourself, because you've suffered too much. And it's time really to love yourself and to be patient. So that's my tip.
Great advices. Yes, very powerful. So talking, finding a community, meditation, and cutting junk food. Yes, I couldn't agree more. And patience, it's very important. Nothing arrives over one night. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this was very helpful.
And meditation. Sorry to cut you. Forget.
Meditation, yeah.
Yeah.
Meditation, exactly. Now I have a more personal question for you. If you could add in any subject that would be taught in every school all over the world, what would it be?
Once again, meditation. Yeah, because it really changed your mind. It's mind blowing. And I think that it will have such powerful effects if children at school will just learn it. I've seen amazing things. In Sweden, they really start to teach meditation at school. And they're making research and how effective and efficient it is on kids. So yeah, meditation, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Meditation has also great impact
Yeah.
on me and my focus, at work.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And also, like, to add something, the Dalai Lama just said, like, recently, that if kids were taught meditation from the age of 8 years old, violence in the world would disappear, because really, you're not behaving like violently or aggressively anymore.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Exactly.
Mm.
Now, I'm sure that a lot of people have similar stories to yours and will want to reach out to you to start healing that eating disorder. Can you share where people can find you?
I'm not very good at social media, to be honest, but I created a page that is called Bérénice, so my name, Meditation and Yoga on Facebook. And I'm very responsive, so you can just send me a message there. Or you can send me an email. I just love when people reach out to me and share with me and ask for help. I'm very open to that. And also, big step, I'm on my way of creating my website and my new Facebook page that is mostly focused on people recovering from eating disorder. So that's where you can find me. I think you will add all of this in the end of the podcast somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm. In the description, yes.
Yeah.
So for anyone that would like to start healing eating disorders, don't be afraid to reach out and don't be afraid to get a call with Bérénice.
I'm starting my business, so I have few clients, and I am being certified as a yoga therapist specialized in eating disorders. So yeah, all of this is happening at the same time. So feel free to call and just talk with me. I will be very happy with that.
Thank you. My final question for you is, in your opinion, what is one of the most important things that we can do today for our health?
Once again, meditation. I know it sounds super repetitive, like, yeah, just meditate, because your approach to life will totally change. And yeah, meditation.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. B, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. For everyone listening, I hope we have inspired you too. Write in the comments what is your best outcome from this episode. And B, thank you again for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me here, letting me talk, and spreading the message. Thank you, Céline. I really like what you do. I really admire your work. And that was just lovely to be with you today. Thank you.
Thank you. What an episode today. I learned so much. If you did too, please subscribe and leave a comment with your best outcome from this episode. Before I leave, I want to thank you so much for being here, for taking that time for you today. Now, if you think of someone that would benefit from that episode, if you know anyone that has eating disorder, please share it with them right now. And until next time, don't forget that if you are ready, your transformation starts here, where you learn how to invest in yourself, own every empowered action you take, and create a life of fulfillment for yourself.